Hansworm Hat. So in this video I'm going to talk about two really important ideas. The first idea is something that everybody will learn about if they take an introductory philosophy class, Plato's cave allegory. And just to really quickly just surmise what it is, I'm probably not going to say it perfect, but it just talks about these people that their whole lives they lived inside of a cave and they were chained to the walls or whatever, and so they couldn't move or anything like that. But what they could see up on the wall were shadows that were being casted from, a fire up where they couldn't see. So you have these people that are chained down inside of a cave, and they can't move or do anything. But all that they see is just shadows on the wall, and that's their whole world, is seeing shadows on the wall. And just the idea is, imagine one of those people, if somebody came and rescued them, came and grabbed them and got them out of the cave, what it would be like for them if they came into the world where they are. And that really, it's a perfect representation of what it is to take a sleeping person and wake them up. And because the people that are in the cave just looking at the shadows on the wall, they just live in a 2D world where there's just black shadows on a white background, and that's their whole existence. But outside of that is this whole world full of everything. They were just witnessing this tiny little fraction of it. And how would you even explain to those people, right? If you went down to one of those shadow people and you tried to talk to them about like an apple tree or something, they wouldn't have any idea what you're talking about. Their whole world is just these shadow figures on the wall. Even though outside of them all of this other stuff is going on, they just aren't aware of it. It's like being woken up. You try to talk to a 100% asleep person about trannies, and they want to lock you up in an institution. So they laugh at you, right? Or just get really scared. It's like a scary thing. They think it honestly, it's like you're an alien or something, because they probably believe in aliens. So that's the first thing, Plato's cave allegory. I'm sure I butchered it if you're a philosophy teacher out there, but that's the way I interpret it anyways. And so there's another one, and I had an FTM invert teacher in college that would always talk about this one. They love bringing these things up, and that's and they do really think of themselves as like being on a higher consciousness. Like when you're a totally asleep sheeple, you're just one of those dumb people that are just looking at shadows on the wall when there's this whole world going on outside. And I mean, that's how they look down on you, and that's kind of how it's kind of is, because they can just do things deceitfully behind your back, and you don't even know what's going on because you don't know any of how evil this place is. People are just living in a fantasy land. Okay, anyways, so this teacher of mine would always like to bring up, you can't see the forest for the trees. It would get brought up all the time, and it's because it's just another tranny land thing. The reason that the reason that we didn't wake up to this stuff is because it was just bombarded. We were just being bombarded with it completely. So you can't see the forest for the trees. It's kind of one of those expressions where it sounds kind of paradoxical, or what does that even mean? But kind of just think about it. The reason that you couldn't see that you were inside of a forest is because there were trees everywhere. Okay, that seems like a ridiculous statement, but now listen to this. The reason that we couldn't see all of the trannies, the reason that we couldn't see tranny land is because of the trannies everywhere. All right, let me just say that one more time. The reason you can't see the forest is because of the trees. Okay, now I'm going to change to tranny land. The reason that you can't see tranny land is because all the trannies. We couldn't wake up to tranny land because it's all that we ever saw. And that's what that means. The reason that we can't wake up to the Illuminati programming is because that's all we ever saw. They always were flashing the gang signs just nonstop. Oh, it's the OK sign. You know, they have little tricks where they try to calm our minds. Oh, it's the I love you in sign language. They try to, you know, treat us like children, because we are, basically. We just do what we're told. We believe what we're told. But not anymore. Jesus Christ is truth, the only truth, and these trannies, they spend all of that effort to try to take that away from us, to make us not believe, and to make us not believe in God. But it's too late. We already woke up, and now we just have to wake up all the rest of us. The truth is there once you can see it, but it's exactly like these two allegories, or whatever you call them. Yeah, I think that is what you call them. Now we can go in and rescue the other people out of the cave, right? We have to show them the truth and keep showing it to them. Now we can show people the forest. So that's what we have to do. God bless everybody.